Let's quickly talk about Alexis and Paul, founders of London Shoot Fight.
Yeah.
I actually met both of those guys back in, I don't know when it was, 05 or 06, when there was no MMA game, very little MMA game in the UK. But those guys had been training people since what, the 90s?
Yeah. They've dedicated their whole life to martial arts. So when they tell me about their story, they literally used to. They've done it all, but just it's a case of who's good in martial arts. Let's go live there. Like they live in Japan just to go and train under a specific person, and they've gone over here just to go and train under a specific person. Jiu-jitsu black belt, Olympic wrestling pedigree, Olympic lifting, boxing. Like they've just gone through Aikido. They're just fans of martial arts, and then they were like, then they found started hearing about all this the mixed martial arts. And I can't remember who it was that they were doing work with, and then they were like, let's just start our own thing. And one thing about them both is what I like, and it's something that's I try to keep myself, is just remain a student. They are amazing coaches, and I really wished that they actually publicizing themselves to a degree, because I just feel like everybody should know them. Because they're just amazing characters, amazing people, but I just feel like more people should know about them. They're just great at what they do. They're scientists.
But they're very quiet guys.
They literally don't like. They hate even hearing about other coaches doing book tours and doing this and doing that. They hate it. It's like you said. Anytime I had cameras coming in the gym, they're like, "Yeah, you're not filming me. It's about him. It's fine. It's about him."
Yeah.
They don't like it.
But they're really good and super old school, and one of the only gyms in London, like we were talking earlier, it was like London Shoot Fight was here, and there was like nothing else. And not only were they the only one, but they were really good. And Paul has a sick wrestling background, which you don't find in the UK. I think he was wrestling for the Olympic team. And then Alexi, and I used to kind of just stumble over there. It was really scary going over there. I used to be kind of intimidated. And they trained Lee Murray, which is one of the first British guys to fight in the UFC, who actually went in and had a submission win, even though he was an amazing striker. And I trained with Paul a little bit, and then he threw me in for a sparring session one time, and I actually broke my arm in one of my sparring sessions. And it was nothing against him. I didn't know it was broke for like 3 months, so I got this cool plate here. But look, it was always massive respect. But again, a lot of people hadn't heard about those guys or London Shoot because they weren't into self-promotion. So knowing you're over there, and I went and trained with you about 3 years ago, and we shot some footage. Alexi was making sure he wasn't in front of the camera. And it's just an old school place. They don't play around.
Nope.
They work. You guys work really hard. You were saying people come over from America and the UFC fighters, and they're like,
after a few days, and we've had it multiple times. You see it on their face. They're like looking around, like, I can't believe you guys are still going. After the day that I had, yesterday, I'd probably do like he said, like the next day, if I had a day like that in the gym, in the States, I'd probably do like a jogging and then maybe a little strength and conditioning.
Active rest, hot tub.
Yeah, right. and we're like, we don't get that here. We just don't get that here. And sometimes I've had some crazy days, sparring, doing this, doing that. Next day, it's like, you ready to pad up again, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, and we go again. And with Alexis, it's funny because I think he trains you mentally as well, because I don't know if he does this intentionally, but sometimes he's always, okay, so we're just going to do this today and just do this and this, and then, we'll call it a day. Cool. Once we've just done that and that, he's like, yeah, just one more, we'll do that again. Okay, I just want you to do this now. Okay, fitness on the end of that. And you're just like, yeah. Oh my, yeah. So I always say,
testing your mental game.
He's just, his favorite thing to say is, just one more time. Yeah, just one more time. And we'll be there for another a couple of hours with him saying just one more time. And I've got a little apprentice that I brought over. He's a young guy, Mike Kimball. He's coming over, he fights for Bellator, and I really like his personality. He's a really lovely kid. And I was like, come over and train with us and see how you feel with that. And he's enjoying it, he's loving it, doing really well. Again, he's like, man, you guys, it's nonstop. And then sometimes he's like, oh yeah, Alexis just told me that I'm just doing this today. And I'm like, you're probably gonna do more. He's like, no, but Alexis, he said. And I said, okay, but just remember that I said you're probably gonna be doing more. And he gets there and he's no doubt doing a lot more. And he's just like, man, I thought Alexis was gonna go easy on me today. No, that's just how Alexis is. Paul, them guys are just like, let's get it. It's nonstop.
And you guys are a family. You guys are really everyone's tight over there, right?
Like it's weird. The video I posted, I was like, if I bring that special girl to come home and visit my family, this is what she'd see. And it was just all of us in the gym, fighting, sparring, and they are my family. This is why, like I said, I can take a lot of stuff for myself, so people can say what they want. But when it's them guys, I'm like, just get protective, and we're all like that of each other. And obviously, my success for me is to do with, a lot of it is them. Obviously, I came in with a certain standard of kickboxing, but that transition, if I went with the wrong person, I wouldn't be who I am today. I'd be that guy that's had like a couple of good fights, a couple of bad fights, a couple of spectacular things, but no one really remember anything. They've coached and managed me very well, but they also just have my back. And it does mean a lot. I love them to bits. So, and I'll do anything for them if they needed help for anything. They truly have my back, and I like to say that I have theirs as well. But it's just such a nice place to be. It is really, the guys in there, and it's to do with, because I've been to gyms where it can be a bit cliquey. There's a couple of the top level guys, and a couple of these up and comings, and the newbies over here, and then the coaches over. And even with the coaches, sometimes you got like coaches that don't like this coach and this, and I've been to gyms and I'm just like, this just seems messy.
Too many head games.
It's just, but then these guys, there's two egos in the gym, it's the coaches. And they, for me, they're like yin and yang. So I'd just say there's one ego in the gym, and that's both of those. Nobody else is allowed to even remote. You'll be figured out very quickly if you even try to come in and puff out your chest for a second. So everybody else is like, cool, we'll leave it to them.
You get a beat down somehow if that happens.
Oh no, it's happened a few times, but there's people that's come in, with a bit of attitude, and they learn very quickly. It's just that type of gym.
I once knew a kid like 10 years ago, and he's like, I'm going to train at London Shoot Fight. And without even thinking, the only thing that came to my mouth was, bring your mouthpiece. That's all I said, bring your mouthpiece.
But you get guys that kind of come in, like even when I've come from the kickboxing world, 10 times world champion in the kickboxing, I've gone into this gym, I'm not trying to promote myself, let me just go and do classes. That's it. I'm literally going to go in there, do the classes, and see how I get on, because I don't know how well I'd actually going to do in the mixed martial arts world. And once they kind of found me out, like, oh, you obviously got a background, and okay, let's start working. I just kind of went from there. But I've seen guys come into the gym like, I'm this champion, and I've won this and I've won that. I want to fight. It's like, okay, and they usually like, cool, good on you and what you've done and what you've achieved. Start the classes first. We'll have a look at you, and see. I want to fight somebody, and they're just like, okay, you said it.
Like, Michael.
Seriously, I get the call. Michael's like, and this is why you have to just be ready to spar. I could have had a crazy sparring day the day before. We're not necessarily supposed to spar. You can spar any day in that gym, but we have set days that we would normally spar. So we've done it. Have a sparring day. Next day, I'm doing technical work. Some guy walks in, running his mouth. Lex is like, deal with that. And he said, he said it to me at the beginning when I first came in. He said, if somebody comes in here and one of you guys don't deal with him, I'll kick off my shoes in the end. But I don't expect anybody to get to me. And that's how it's been. There's been one guy that came in, amazing wrestling pedigree. So Alexis sent a couple of the wrestlers at him, and he was just awkward as hell, just giving people problems. And Alexis was like, shoes off, boom, slamming him, just
wrestling.
Just murdered him, wrestling. And now the guy works for us. he's now one of the coaches at the gym, and he's amazing. So, but that's just how our gym is.